again, everyone, and welcome to Falls Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. Erik Dunn here. Thank you guys for tuning in. So sorry for this being on a Thursday, but yesterday was Ron's birthday, and like every good person on their birthday, well, decent person actually, they deserve to go out to celebrate it. So I hope Ron had a great birthday, and that's why the show is being aired for this Thursday right now. And what a big weekend it was for WWE regarding Money in the Bank. It was tremendous. Shockers everywhere, and I do mean everywhere. Um, for those that want more information regarding that, I have it for you right here. Um, as well as some information about Night of Champions, which is at the end of the month on the 28th, as well as an update for you guys about King and Queen of the Ring, which will culminate at Night of Champions in Red Eye, Saudi Arabia. We're going to go over the cards, the predictions. I think Ron and I did pretty bad on this one, and we'll all go from there. Every Wednesday at 5, you'll find us right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Please do follow us on our YouTube channel. Ron, do you have the thing still? Thank you. Please follow us at our YouTube channel at Rhode Island Broadcasting, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch at RI Broadcasting. Patreon, we can help support this show going on daily and Sports Unfolded. And if you want to be an advertising sponsor to help build your business, create your reputation, or create your own name to get out there, your ad will be read right there. It will not only be read so people can see it too on the audio version, but it will be on Spotify, Amazon, Red Circle, and many more. Those that want more information, send an email to Ron Rigo at ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. All one word, ribroadcasting.media@gmail.com. Ron will send you on your way, give you everything you need so you can be able to join the family. This broadcast of Falls Count Anywhere is the exclusive property of Erik Dunn Productions, Ron Rigo, and Rhode Island Broadcasting for the use of our audience. Any publication, reuse, or redistribution by anyone is not prohibited and is given the express consent to be shared everywhere and is greatly appreciated. Okay, so let's start with the elephant in the room first. Oh, yeah, and I also had something for you about WrestleMania next year going back to Vegas. I got my opinion about that. I'll give that to you in just a second here. Um, Money in the Bank. Let's go over this in order. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ron, if you can still put comments in under the channel page, so please remind us again who you picked. I want to say I picked Rhea. Not, not, not sure if that's accurate or not. You and I both picked Rhea. All right, so we both lost that one. Naomi won Money in the Bank, and you know, looking back on it now, I can see why it does make sense for Naomi to have won it. For those that also weren't aware about this either, last Thursday night I was on at I believe it was 7 o'clock with you guys remember Professor Herman Bear. Yep, Professor Bear Herman over on the Wrestling Society Network. It was a good like a little bit over an hour time, and it was a great interview. It was a great time with him. I love his personality. I love him as a person. Like he's such a cool cat. Ron and I are working on trying to get him back over here to SCA for some sprag appearances here and there. So stay tuned. We are still working on that out. But I also went over the card with him a little bit, and he picked Naomi because he said Bliss and Rhea don't need the briefcase to be relevant because Rhea's going to go back into the playoff picture. Bliss doesn't need it because she's going to be fine. And then looking down the line of everybody else, Julia is too early. Roxanne Perez is too early. And I'm like, okay, okay. I'm like, okay, okay. I can kind of see your point of view, I guess. Um, but the post game show with Big E, though, I think spoke a lot of volumes about how talented Naomi is and how much of a run that she could have with this. So let's see where that goes. But Ron and I, we both got that one wrong. Um, this was added to the card at the last second, so we can't really do anything on this one. Dominic Mysterio retained his Intercontinental title against Octagon Jr. of AAA. So so that one we couldn't even do on that anyway. Um, the next one, I believe, Ron and I, we both got this one wrong. I think we both picked Lara Valkyria to retain the women's Intercontinental title, and that didn't happen. Can we confirm that? I believe you and I both picked Lyra, and unfortunately, I think we both got that one wrong. Becky is now the new women's Intercontinental champion, and I think, yeah, I believe we both picked her. I think that was the other one that we both were solid on. Yep. So Ryan and I are now 0-2. So what happened was Valkyria mustered enough strength to hit the Nightwing on the outside. It led to a slugfest inside the ring. Valkyria and Lynch traded pinning combinations, but Lynch grabbed the champion's tights and stole the win and the title. Per the pre-match stipulation, Valkyria had to raise her arm, but the new champion forced her to do so for an extended period of time before instructing her to fasten the championship around her waist. After being um, um, extensively berated by her former mentor, Valkyria dropped Lynch with a German suplex and a thunderous Nightwing. So that one we got wrong. But Ron, I think we got the next two right. For the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, we both picked Seth Rollins, and Seth is now a two-time Money in the Bank winner. The only other superstar in the history of the company to win it twice is CM Punk. So Ron, I think we got that one. I think in the beginning, I think in the beginning of that last week, I think I said even though I would want LA Knight, I think it's going to be Seth. I think I still pick Seth just because all the momentum pointed towards him. Is that accurate as well? Awesome. So Ron and I both got one on that one. And he had help from Reed and Breaker, of course. Chaos ruled at the top of both ladders, multiple ladders. That's when Breaker and Reed hit the scene, destroyed everybody, only to be met by U.S. champion Jacob Fatu and JC Meto. But then guess what? The Samoan Werewolf turned face and turned on Solo, finally, crushing him with a moonsault and then a urinage through a ladder. A urinage. Rollins scaled the fireball ladder, met by LA Knight, who knew he connected with the BFT, countered and landed a stomp before climbing to unhook the briefcase and becoming Mr. Money in the Bank for the second time in his career. That's going to be interesting with him holding all the cards in this situation, just because if you're looking at it with Seth, your big worry right now is how long will he hold the company hostage and what's he going to do to fix that? Because I don't know what's going to happen with that. But Rollins is Mr. Money in the Bank now for the second time. And then the main events. Now former World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the quarterback of WWE, defeated the greatest of all time, John Cena, and the Maverick Logan Paul, and we got that one right. So Ron, you and I both went 2-2 for this month's for that premium live event. But here was the shock that changed everything. Cena got speared by a masked assailant. And guess what? That was R-Truth. Ron R-Truth Killings is back in WWE, and he has signed a deal for one last run with the company. How you like that? So looking at the record, Ryan and I both have records that are opposite. I'm two under 500. He's two over. Let's see how. Let's see how. Yep. Let's see how not a champions go. But oh, okay. So I went 2-2. Raw went 1-3. Okay, cool. So I gained one back on him. And yep, I know you're still leading, but hey, plenty of time to go. But if you guys could just understand the anger and the rage that was directed at the entire front office, the anger was through the roof. And when I mean through the roof, I mean nobody, nobody wanted our truth gone because his contract was expiring in like a month's time. And that will lead me now to Raw on Monday night. He's now Ron the Truth Killings. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's our truth. But I did say former World Heavyweight Champion. Jey Uso's reign stopped at exactly 57 days. Jey is no longer champion at all. And boy, does that suck. That really does. And that's just brutal. 57 days. And that was it. How horrible is that? Only 57 days and they called it. They said, "Nope, that's it. He's done." I'm like, "Wow. Ain't that a kick in the nuts, right?" Horrible. Now, do I think maybe this could lead and now do I think maybe Jay could get a rematch? Perhaps. But there could be a rumor going around that the Usos are gonna reunite again. Now, don't don't call this early, but I've got a strong feeling that because looking at so before I get to our truth confirming it was a no work for his return for his return at Money in the Bank. The the king the king and queen of the ring tournament bracket is this. Sammy has advanced to the semifinal, and he and Sammy will await either Randy Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, or Carmelo Hayes, and that will advance to the finals of that tournament, which will be held at Night of Champions. And then on the other side, you've got Cody Rhodes, Damian Priest, Andrade, and Shinsuke Nakamura, Sheamus, Rusev, Bronson Reed, and somebody else. And that is the mystery. And then on the women's side, Roxanne Perez advanced. She will await either Jade Cargill, Mission, Piper Niven, and Nia Jax. And then you've got Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, and Candice LeRae. The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, who's going to make her long anticipated return. Stephanie Vega, Raquel Rodriguez, and Ivy Nile. Now, tell me if you don't think this could happen. What if, for some reason, what if Sammy wins at Night of Champions? He gets the title shot at SummerSlam. He wins the World Heavyweight title. Seth cashes in on him. And what if this becomes like the Daniel Bryan effect, where he will actually be world champion completely at WrestleMania 42? That will bring me to this. Back-to-back years, WrestleMania is going to Vegas, April 18th and 19th. They're going to be doubling down on the sports and entertainment capital of the world. Allegiant Stadium, home of the Vegas Raiders, is going to take it again. Um, Nick Khan, WWE president, said, Vegas helped deliver the biggest WrestleMania of all time, shattering records and delivering an amazing week around the world. We are looking forward once again to working with the talented and effective teams of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority of Allegiant Stadium to bring WrestleMania back to them. Steve Hill, the president and CEO of the LVCVA, said, "We are honored that WWE has once again selected us to host the biggest event on their calendar. Bringing WrestleMania 42 to Vegas underscores our city's reputation for elevating world-class events to new heights. We are excited to build on last year's success and deliver an even more incredible experience for the WWE Universe in 26. In addition to 2 nights of WrestleMania, WWE will bring Raw, SmackDown, Stand and Deliver, and World, a multi-day interactive fan experience hosted with fanatics, to Vegas." So, as we get closer, we'll know more about the ticket sales and all that. But how do you guys feel about that? WrestleMania is going to Vegas again? How do you feel about that? Because that's interesting to me. You know what I mean? Because WrestleMania going to Vegas twice, I get it. Like, you are doubling down in that situation. But but looking back on it in 2020 hindsight, however, um, that's interesting enough to me when you really do think about it. So here's the main thing too, looking at it regarding uh, our truth now. He confirmed that it was not a work. He wasn't offered a new deal, which is why he was making the announcement he was leaving the company. Um, Apparently, he reportedly ignored WWE's advancements until Nick Khan called him personally to get a deal over the line. So that's the information about truth in that sense. SmackDown on Friday night is going to continue the King and Queen King and Queen tournament. But I gotta ask though, how do you guys feel about Money in the Bank? Because that was interesting, seeing how different that was in a way. You know. Um, but speaking of Night of Champions, and this is the way I'm gonna kind of tie this all up together here. Night of Champions from Red Eye, Saudi Arabia, this on Saturday the 28th. So 2.5 weeks away. It looks like we have got the main events, and it has been confirmed. One final time, okay? One final time. The greatest of all time against the best in the world. John Cena, CM Punk for the WWE Championship. After retaining against Randy Orton, winning it from Cody Rhodes on his farewell tour, the self-professed last real champion promised to ruin wrestling by taking the title with him when he leaves. The pledge is reminiscent of Punk taking the WWE title in 2011 after beating Cena at Money in the Bank in Chicago, but the Second City Saint remains that he was trying to save WWE, not ruin it. Now he will look to save it once more when he goes to war against his longtime rival in a match that the WWE Universe has been eagerly anticipating for a very long time. The only thing I have to look at with this situation with Cena is, do you think, is it possible Punk's the one that turns him face before SummerSlam? Because let's think about this. In exactly 6 months from now, John's done. He has 18 dates left on his calendar. That's it. It's gone, like it's literally just gone by like that fast. Just gone. Do I think Punk's gonna win? I don't know. But could he be the one to change Cena back to face? Absolutely yes. It's either him or it's Cody. It's gonna be no one else but those two. But um, next week's broadcast, though, as we continue to unfold with Night of Champions in the card, I'll have that ready for you. The King and Queen of the Ring brackets, we'll go over all that. Then the Raw and SmackDown recap as well. And I also wanted to make a personal announcement to all of you. For those that were wondering, that have been following my social media, my Brockton Rocks baseball debut has been moved to next Saturday, the 21st, and they officially gave me Thursday, the 26th, to make up for that game. Um, it's saddening when it's a double booking, and that happens, but I'm still going to be going over to the front office tonight to say hi to everybody. Maybe if anyone that ends up showing up for my anthem were thinking that I was going to be there, maybe I could sit with them and try to see them. I don't know. But with all that being said, uh, ouch. Uh, stay tuned, guys, for everything that is regarding WWE as we're getting closer to summertime. We're almost there, and it's going to be a great summer for WWE. They're already hanging in there. They're doing okay. So, on behalf of the man behind the scenes, the birthday man, the creator of RIB, where we go, Erik Dunn here saying so long and thank you from my home in Bridgewater, Massachusetts. This has been a presentation of Falls Count Anywhere on the Rhode Island Broadcasting Network. I'll talk to you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching as well as listening.